of course, about our fantastic January craft boxes. Now, January is a month where we're expecting, you know, just on the horizon, we've got things like Mother's Day, we've got Valentine's Day, spring is on its way, Easter's on its way, so there's just all of these making opportunities that we've really thought about when we were putting the product together to go in these boxes. So let me just talk you through some of that product. Now, we have 10 sheets of some of our favourite colours of just our coloured cardstock. I'll just see if I can fan this out for you on the camera there. So we've got these lovely sheets. We've included you know, our pastel colours, but we've also made sure to include some of those more punchy colours like the Mango Tango there, and we've got the Purple Dusk, and you know, this is just a fantastic range of colours to work with. We also have given you one sheet of each of the different effects out of our silver opulent range. So we've got that pearl card here. It's just got a really nice kind of effect on the front. It's a little tiny bit sparkly, matte, and it's not, you know, too shiny. It's a really lovely surface to work with. We've got mirror card there. I'm not going to show you that too much because you're going to see the setup of the flat there. So I'll just move that round enough. Might be able to show you one of the cats on the windowsill. Oh, there he is. Then we've got our brushed metal. So that's like the silver, but we've got this nice kind of brushed steel feel with it there as well. The matte. Now, the great thing about this matte card, I love to emboss with it. And even though there are no embossing folders that come with this, you could use yours at home and you just see the detail come up in this lovely matte card. What a great surface to be working with. And then of course we've got our glitter cards. Let me move that around in the light for you. This is such high quality product that you don't get any glitter coming off it or anything like that. It is really cool. There we are. So we also have some of our some of the white cardstock with it. We've got 5 sheets of some of that cardstock. Is just a bit of a thicker GSM, so it's great for card bases. And I'm also going to be using it for some of the embellishments today because it's a really nice bright white. The dies that you get. So do you know what? I'm going to angle you down just to talk these dies through. There we are. Hopefully you'll be able to see my whole working space. I'll try and keep it in shot for you. Now, we've got Love Hearts. So you're really getting your money's worth with this die set here because we've got dies that can be used on their own. We have stamps that can be used on their own. And of course, they work together as well. I love a die set that has sentiments with it, especially ones like this where you can just cut it out in one. The joined up right in there is just one die cut piece. But then of course, you've got all these letters. It says with love, but you could use it to spell other things. Maybe put them in the comments, things that you could spell, nothing rude please. So that is the Love Hearts die set. We've got the confetti pocket there. So this is a really cool little thing. I've used it recently to create a little confetti pocket. I stitched it on the sewing machine. It was just a great thing. So with this one you get all these little heart embellishments of different sizes. And then you get the circular ones as well, just to create your own confetti, and then this lovely little box net die that you can create a tiny little container with. So that's really cool. And then this is what I'm going to be working with today. This is the butterfly spinner card there. So I'm going to be creating my own version of this with just a more kind of clean, simple feel. Just because that's what I love. So the butterfly spinner card, look at how many elements you get with this. And I've taken the main element off there. Now this is a really handy element to be working with because it creates your card base for you. So there's none of that measuring it, making sure that it's the perfect size, it's cut right and all that. It just cuts it out for you. I'm going to show you how we do that now. So I'm going to get started on my make. So this does require, I think, a little bit of education. Because just by looking at it, you might think, well, how do I put that together? Well, on all around, so this is a thin-lit die, we've got that little raised bit there, which is going to cut your card out. But on this end here, Now this is more shallower, sorry. This is shallower. It's going to create an embossed line rather than a cut. So that means that it doesn't cut out the whole shape. You can bring it up, but then we're going to turn it round and finish it off by cutting the rest of the shape, and this is going to create our cool spinner style card base. Now I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to put, I've cut out a long, so this is A4 length, and then I've cut it so it's going to fit through this machine. If you've got a plus machine, it might just be a little bit quicker, but you could just cut this even with a pair of scissors so it fits through the machine, and then we're ready to go. So I'm going to put the edge that cuts on the very end here so that there's room for this length again there. And I'm going to make sure that it's angled so that it's not going to go off the edge of the card when we have two end to end. So I can sandwich this up and I'll just run that through. Now, as I said earlier, this won't have cut the whole thing out. Now we're left with these embossed lines in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my die around, put the embossed line back in that groove that it created earlier. So like this. Now this is where your maker's tape is really going to come in handy. So I'm just going to put it here to position it, because I know then that it's not going to move and these lines are all going to meet up. So I'll carry on. I'll just move that to side for a moment. Right, now take off my maker's tape. And then we've got this, look at that. Now we've got this whole strip, it's cut it out the perfect size, but it's also got these embossed lines that you can fold along here. Now I'm going to fold this middle one, but the others, they're left there so that you can either, if you decide not to fold them, they're not so prominent that you couldn't get away with using the card. Because these are here so that you can choose whether to fold them or not. So I'm going to just watch how I do this now, because it took me a few goes to realise exactly how we're doing this. Now I've folded it over, and I'm just going to fold one side back over like this. Okay, so that's how our card's going to work there. Going to open like that. But if you wanted it to open the other way, you could do that as well, because we've got that embossed line there. Fantastic. Now I'm going to bring the machine back on, and I'm going to take the oval out. So we've got this circular element and we've got the oval element there. I'm going to choose the oval today. I'm going to lay my just the end here, this folded edge. I'm going to put it in the machine, and it's going to go through folded over. I'm going to use my maker's tape again. Oh, there we go. I'm going to use the same piece again, because it's good like that, the maker's tape. It's not just a throwaway thing. Here we go. So I've just laid that over, so I know that half of that oval is going to cut out half of the oval shape in the card there. I'll bring that through because we are cutting 2 layers there. So I'll bring it through the machine twice. And then I can take my maker's tape off it. Oh, do you know what? I've done it the opposite way. Oh no, silly on. There we go. So it opens like this. And how cool is that? So this corner here, I'm going to show you how to add the string. Now I've taken one of our double-sided tape little machines here, and I'm just going to go along that folded line, but you could use double-sided tape that you've got at home, or you can use the hot glue gun. Yeah. I'm going to put it across the line there, and I've taken a piece of string. I'm going to pull it taut like this, and then I'll fold that piece back over so it's positioned correctly. And that's it. So my string is in place, and that's going to be what my butterfly is attached to on this piece of string here. So take my scissors, and I'm just going to snip the ends of that string away. Now, I'm going to take this piece again, because I'm going to take some of the Primrose cardstock that comes with this set. So we've got ballet slipper, and we've got the Primrose there. Primrose is just slightly darker, so I want it to be a bit punchier against this, so I'm going to go for this colour here, and that's going to just sit in that oval shaped groove. So I've got this oval here, and I'm going to stick that down there. Do you know what? I am going to bring on my craft mat, just because I don't really need it, but I've gotten used to working with the craft mat now, and I just really love it. So I'm going to glue this down just with a little bit of express glue. Oh. It's an unopened glue, this. Lovely, okay. So only a tiny bit of glue is needed on there. And I can just add that. I'll measure where it's going to go by just seeing where the groove is. I know that that card goes about halfway across. Brilliant. Now, from the mirror card, I'm going to cut my butterfly shape. Now the butterfly in this set comes in two parts. So we've got this background part, and then we've also got the detailed foreground part here. Now I'm not going to use the background part today, again, because I am just going for that simplicity. And I'm going to cut it from the mirror cardstock. Again, and then you'll just see how well these different colours and effects that we've given you in this box work, how well they work together. So I'm going to go through twice, maybe 3 times, just because I've got my poker tool with me, but I want it to come off easily. Oh, it has done anyway. That was nice. So we've got this lovely little butterfly element there. How cool is that? So I'll just poke away just a few of the little bits out of here. Make sure it's nice and cleaned up. Then I'm going to use this again. And I'm going to stick that onto my string about in the middle. I know that then it's going to spin around nicely for me. Okay. So already we've got this lovely little thing. Just look how cool that is. And then the idea of these spinner cards is that you turn it round and round and round and round like this. And then when you open the card, it spins round. So it's a really, really cool idea. Now, to finish this card off, so it comes with a sentiment. This card here. So it comes with this sentiment. It says just for you, but you don't have to use the whole thing. It could just be, you could just say for you. And then we've got these 2 little circles here, and they are going to be the inners from our floral elements. Now, you get a few different types of floral element with this. You've got this one with pointy ends here. You've got this one with rounded ends, and then you've got this lovely little one here as well. And I'm going to go for this one now. And I love the fact that with each one you get two different sizes. Now, the idea of that is because we want it to be the big petals and then overlay them with the smaller petals. But I'm just going to use them simply today on their own because, as I keep saying, I'm going for that simplicity. I don't want to layer them up today. I'm just going to have variants of sizes of these flowers. So I'm going to cut these from the white card. I'm going to cut them a few times. I want to get quite a few petals here. Just collect them. Like this. And if you want more inspiration for this card, you can always go on the Sizzix website. You can have a look at our blogs and vlogs, or I'm sure that there will be loads of inspiration on the Facebook page as well. There we go, 3 should be enough, because then I've got 6 petals like this. Now I'm going to use my tweezers, and what I'm going to do, oh actually first I'm going to use some of my matte opulent from the silver pack, and I'm going to create that nice sentiment. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to position the sentiment before I position these floral elements, so that I know that everything's going to be properly spaced. So we've got just 4 and U here. I like the fact that they're all their own separate words, because it means that you can position it just any way you want it. So I want my just be overlapping this pink circle. So I've just put a tiny bit of glue. You do not need much for these tiny sentiments here. So just, I'm going to put my writing at a slight angle as well. 4. And then the next word I can position underneath, making sure that it goes in that nice straight line. Just poke that middle out of the O, just for you. And this is a really lovely calligraphy style sentiment piece. Just for you. There we go. So, there we are with the sentiment. Now I can position all of my little floral elements. Now, you might decide to go with different colours for each of the flower. Again, I'm just looking for simplicity in this. So, have a look at what I'm doing now. I'm going to position some of them off the edge of the card, because then when I cut the edges into a straight line a bit later, it looks brilliant. It's all been framed with that straight line. Put one here. We just want it to be kind of random. Another one here. And then I'm not going to put it off the edge of my... Oh, do you know what? I could put it off the edge of there. That might look nice actually. And then that's going to come up away from the circle. Didn't think of that before. That's brilliant. And one more. And I'm going to position that here. Okay, now to cut these, I'm going to rest the scissors on the side there just to make sure I've got a perfectly straight line. I'll bring that off the way. Rest the scissors on the side and then just give it a snip to make sure that you've really created that straight line there. Here as well. Perfect. Now, okay, so you'll have to bear with me for one sec. This is how you can tell that it's live, because all my little floral inner pieces have made their way onto the floor. There we go, I think that's all of them. Now I really need these tweezers now. These fine tip tweezers come in so handy. Just a tiny dab of glue. And then I'm just going to finish these little floral bits off with their flower inners. And just that tiny bit of the Mango Tango colour, which does come with the set. Just a tiny bit of this colour gives a massive punch. And it just makes that card a tiny bit better. If you listen very carefully, you can actually hear one of my cats snoring away. Or maybe not. And one more to go. And there we are. So that's all there is to it with this card. It's all there, done for you, all the elements that you need just to create this. And remember guys, that this is just one of the die sets. Bear with me. Now this is just one of the die sets that comes with our January craft box. We have 3 die sets, so you are really getting your money's worth with this. Just have a look at the detail of that. Now there are so many things that I could do with this butterfly spinner card, or just with the elements that come with it. So the possibilities are really endless. We've got those 2 other die sets that I haven't even touched yet, but I will hopefully be doing a video in the future with these sets as well. I know that Pete's done something with them, and I know that Jess is doing a video with these, so go and have a look at theirs and have a look online and the inspiration. So that's it from me, so thank you very much for watching.